Как я обещал, мы находимся в здании North Miami Beach Police Department. Полиция сегодня открыла для нас двери. Это благодаря помощнику шефа полиции. Они пригласили нас, и первый раз русскоговорящие блогеры оказались в полицейском департаменте, они нам покажут жизнь полиции изнутри. Major, thank you very much to invite us to the police department. It's the first time a Russian-speaking blogger from the Russian community be in the police department, and what we try to do, we try to build the communication, we try to build the relationship between the Russian community and the police force. We want to show to our people on the street, to the people in our community, that the police is friends. The police, it's the people who can help you. It's not the people that got scared and you need to run away. I mean, the police, it's a person. If you have any issue, they always try to work out with you. And I think your department is example to a lot of other police departments, how you guys get a relationship with the people. And I guess from my own experience, working like a private investigator, I know how you help people. I can see it all the time, that you never turn people around with any kind of issue. You always try to work out. Even if it's a civil case, you guys try to understand. You don't send people away. But man, thank you, I appreciate it, and let's show me.
Sure. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Steve, for coming out here to our police department, for choosing our department to answer your questions. On behalf of the Chief of Police and the officers here at the North Miami Beach Police Department, again, thank you for coming to us and allowing us to answer your questions, your concerns to all ethnicities, all nationalities in the community. Like you said, we're here to serve and protect everyone. It doesn't matter your race, your gender, your color, your ethnicity. We treat everybody fairly and equally. That is our goal. That's our mission here in the police department.
Yes, I want to try to say on the camera, like I was explaining on my YouTube channels, that we only one country, we're Americans. We don't have a color, so we don't have a believe it like you're Republican, you're Democrat, you're somebody else. We all Americans. We try to help each other, and we try to be for our country. So why I'm here explaining why, because you're the most friendly department I ever met in my life in the United States.
Thank you.
Now let's roll.
All right.
Как я понимаю, это джим, в котором работают полицейские. Can you explain me how to work? It's mandatorily for police officers to go to the gym here, or they can go use other gyms, or they cannot use any gyms. So it's free, or
yeah. So just to start from the beginning, this gym here was, as you can see, it's a very nice gym. We have state-of-the-art equipment in here. We did a whole renovation about, I want to say, 3 to 4 years ago. Spent a lot of money. We had an old gym in here before, old equipment, but we decided, you know what, let's fix it up, let's build it up for our officers. Obviously, our primary focus is for our officers to be healthy, to be fit, so that they can better serve the community. And some of the incentives that we have for our officers is we allow our officers to work out on duty 1 hour every day.
They must do this? Or
yeah, we allow them to do that. So 1 hour out of their day, they can come in here and they can work out. Free, no problem.
You didn't answer my question. Did they must do this by the job?
No.
Or they will?
It's at their leisure. They don't have to do it. We allow them to if they want to. Also, if they're off, instead of spending money at a gym membership, they can come here and work out for free.
Как мы показали, что офицеры могут использовать этот джим даже во время рабочего времени, у них есть час времени, чтобы прийти и позаниматься, или вне рабочее время, чтобы не платить, не тратить деньги на простые джимы, они могут приходить сюда. Can I get a membership here too? No?
Sure, absolutely. So just the way we're different from other agencies, some other agencies only allow officers that are in specialized units. Well, what is a specialized unit? SWAT team, K9, bike patrol, marine patrol, active units. But we allow all of our officers, no matter if you're just on road patrol to the SWAT team, you can work out here 1 hour a day.
From my perspective, I think the people on the road, they're more in danger than anybody else.
Sure, I mean, one could argue that.
Because the special team operations, they go to special operations. The people on the street, they 24 hours.
Sure.
Or they never know who they are, because like, I just try to understand this, so they're basically like a SWAT team or special marine operation, they prepare for some kind of operation to go, right?
Sure.
They just don't go for nothing.
Right, they train throughout the months, every month that they train for stuff like
So
that.
people on the street, like a police officer drive the patrol car, they never know who they will meet. So every day it's new for them, a new situation, and you cannot prepare them for all situations. So I think for them it's better to, they got more activity on the street than everybody else.
Absolutely. And what makes our department unique and different is the fact that our officers on the road are also at the same time road patrol, SWAT, some canine, some bike patrol, so they wear many hats. So in other bigger agencies, you have officers that are just solely dedicated to the SWAT team, just solely dedicated to canine, just solely dedicated to bike, and just solely dedicated to road patrol. But our officers here do it all most of the time. They wear many hats. So we have, this is part of a luxury for them, but we feel as staff that it's very important for them to feel fit. If you feel good, you look good. And if you look good, you do a good job. And that's what we're trying to get the point across to the people.
Now you make me feel guilty.
No.
So you promised a membership here.
Yeah, you got it. But you have to work out.
Yeah, and
now we're revoking.
Yeah, can I get like a special stuff? So can you give me a 2 officer that will keep to work here, to make me work here? Can you do it? Like special operations?
Well, we'll think of something. Yeah, we'll think of something. Maybe a Russian liaison or something. We can get you good here.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Just to show you real quick. So when we ever have an arrest or an officer goes on the road and they collect evidence, this is where they come. We have a property room here. So if we're impounding narcotics or weapons or anything that has any type of evidence that's pertinent to a case, officers come here.
It's an evidence room, right?
This
Представляете, мы сейчас зайдем в комнату, куда не заходил никто. Это вообще супер комната, где вещи со всяких преступлений находятся здесь. Oh, it's a comnata, it's a comnata. I think it's a room. It's not a room, it's like box.
Yeah, so the room is in the back. So what happens is the officers come in here, they impound the evidence, they sign it in, and then in the morning the property custodians, we have 2 property custodians, they'll come in and they'll receive the evidence from the other side and they'll log it in. So we have a whole evidence room back here that we keep our stuff in.
You know what? The funny part in Russia, they will probably this officers come out from another side, somebody open goes down to market.
Yeah.
So in the United States we have a story like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything by the rules,
So everything is accounted for here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice to see you.
What's up, Bubby? You alright?
Это чиф полиции North Miami Beach, это человек, который нам разрешил зайти в билдинг. Это самый главный. I introduce you to say you're the boss here.
The boss.
You're the one who really decide who can come to the building,
Yes.
who cannot come to the building. And I'm one of the happy guys you're allowed to come inside of the video.
My pleasure. You're always welcome.
First thing,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you very much that you allowed me to come inside.
Sure.
I know you just be a promoted to be a chief, right?
Yes.
Before you were a major of the department.
Deputy Chief.
Deputy chief.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a few questions.
Yes.
The first question, it's a very common question probably people ask you, maybe nobody else asked you before. To be a chief
Yes.
of police,
Yes.
how long, what the road, how long will it take you to be from the regular police officer to be on the top of the power, top of the department?
It really depends on the department, but in a general speaking term, I would say about 24, 25 years.
Are you talking about yourself or in general?
That's general. General. I've been on 24 and a half years.
And you start with being a regular patrol officer?
Actually, I was born and raised in North Miami Beach, right across the street. I always wanted to be a police officer. I started here as a police officer. And then I became a sergeant, I became a detective, and then I became a sergeant, and then a captain, and then a major, and then a deputy chief, and now chief.
Okay, so you start work 24 years ago.
24, yep.
So it's back in 90, right? So
1997, January of 97.
okay, so and what your career was before you be a police officer?
I worked in the restaurant business.
And you just decided to be a police officer?
I always wanted to be a police officer my whole life.
Okay, my last question, what's the difference between the police back in age and back in 90s and right now? It's a different prosperity of the life. What's different in the job? I mean, it's more difficult. It was more easy back in 1996. What's different?
So the job is different. The job is different because we're dealing with a different community. We're dealing with a more diverse community. We're dealing with the Hispanic community, the Jewish community, the Russian community, the Venezuelan community, the Brazilian community, the Haitian community, the Mexican community, Hispanic community. And so With that said, we have to deliver police services so that we can answer the needs of the different communities. Back in the 90s, it was more of a hometown. Everybody that lived in North Miami Beach was generally grew up here and lived here. We didn't have a lot of people from other areas of the country. Now we're a melting pot. Now we have people from everywhere that we have to deal with. So with that comes more training. We have to respond differently to different types of calls. We have to understand and be aware of different people's cultures. Language is extremely important. We have to have officers that speak Russian, Creole, Spanish, English. We also have to have officers that can communicate with the deaf. Because we need to know sign language sometimes. So there's a lot more in police work today than there was 20 years ago.
Agent, I will call you Chief, okay? By the name, I will call you after the video.
Okay.
Okay, because I know you for many years, for 6 years, and you're a very great guy. I really like
Thank you, thank you.
You know, and your department comes like my family, you know, and because you know I got the relationship and everything.
Yes.
So I have a question. It's very important. Right now, it's a life when we have a lot of people come from other country and they're still illegal. They still didn't receive their paperwork.
Yes.
They sent for the political asylum, some of them on a tourist visa, especially for people on tourist visa, and they get in some situation where they need a police help.
Sure.
But they're really scared to go to police because they think if they don't have a status in the United States, the first what Chief will do, call immigration and make them deported. I try to explain my community that it's not true. The first goal of the police is help you.
Correct.
Nobody want to mess with your immigration status. It's not their job.
Correct.
Can you prove my statement?
Sure. First of all, we're first responders. When we're called, it's because somebody needs help. Somebody needs help immediately. Our number one concern is the preservation of life. The preservation of life and the preservation of property. We're there to protect everybody. Doesn't matter if you're illegal or legal, you have a right to be protected in the United States. The United States of America is a great country. Our job, the job of my police officers, is to make sure that we go out there and we serve the community. We don't necessarily look at people that are illegal. Not only do we not have the resources to do that sometimes because we're a very busy agency, but our main priority is to help people, period. Whether you're legal or illegal, sometimes it has nothing to do with it.
Okay, I know you need to go a few more questions, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay, another thing, it's domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
In the Russian community, we have such bad habit of domestic violence. I don't know why, maybe the culture. And I'm totally against it. I try to help the women, you know, I try to bring to shelters, you know, I try to do the best way to help them. But the woman, the female, they scared to go to police. They keep this violence, you know, they try to call the police like after 5 or 6 times it's happening, or sometimes they got killed. Sometimes they got beat up. So what can you offer to the woman if she get domestic violence, if she got beat by the guy, by the husband, by the boyfriend? I mean, what the idea for them? What the first step they should do it right away?
So the first thing I can tell you about domestic violence is domestic violence affects everybody in a family. Not only if a woman or a man is being beaten up by their spouse and there's children in the house, the children suffer. The children see that. So as a woman, as a man, any victim of domestic violence should report that. When somebody puts their hands on you, first of all, to me, that is not true love. A real man doesn't hit a woman.
Never.
A real man talks. A woman that's a woman doesn't put their hands on a man. You don't put your hands on somebody because that just shows that you're losing control of the situation. Once you cross that line, I would definitely say to call the police. I know a lot of people are afraid to call the police because they're afraid maybe the man is the breadwinner, meaning maybe the man brings home the money and they pay the bills.
Exactly.
And if the man goes to jail, who's going to pay my bills?
Exactly.
Right. But would you rather worry about that person killing you or hurting you in front of those children? You'll find another way to pay your bills. It's not worth the abuse. That's what we're here for. That's what laws are for. Laws are to protect people, especially domestic violence in the home, for both men and women and children. There's children that are victims of domestic abuse. Domestic abuse not only comes physically, but it can come mentally. And so there's safe places that we can help people relocate. They can go to family members. They've got to choose. And the truth of the matter is that when somebody starts to hit you or beat you, it doesn't stop. The only way it stops is usually if you're dead or if somebody gets involved calls the police, they get arrested, they get the help that they need, and then there's always room to grow and to build and to become stronger and better. But I would say anybody that's in a domestic violence relationship needs to call the police or leave.
Okay, and last question, I need to let you go, I know for sure.
No problem.
So, if the person got a situation on the street with the police officer from your department,
Yes.
he think, did the officer not appropriate, did his job? Did the officer use some force? He not, the person feel it.
Sure.
Maybe it's not true, but he feel it. Did any way you guys got like a phone number? I mean, how the person can bring it to you, like people from community, to let you know, let your assistants know that they think they're on the street, on the stop or something. It was some appropriate relationship between him and police officers.
First of all, we have a process here. We have internal affairs, which does internal investigations on our police officers as well as anybody else in the police department. I can tell you this, that I do not put up with a police officer that doesn't do their job properly and doesn't follow the law. If a person feels that they were treated unfairly by the police, they have a right to make a complaint. The first thing they should do is ask for the supervisor. Once the supervisor will come to the scene, they can explain to the supervisor what's going on, and if they're not happy with that, they can come to the station, ask for a complaint form, the complaint gets filled out, it comes directly to me, I review it.
So it comes directly to your table.
It comes directly to me, and then I review it, and then it goes to internal affairs. And then internal affairs will review it, and then I will decide if it's going to be an internal investigation or if the investigation can be handled by one of my command staff personnel. And then that person who made that complaint will get notified every single step of the way. This police department is very transparent. We don't hide anything. If I have an officer out there that's doing something they shouldn't be doing, I need to know about it.
Chief, thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely.
I hope you'll be a great chief.
Thank you.
I know you will.
Thank you.
You're a good friend.
Thank you.
I was feel it in the past. You're a good friend, and I know how your department helped. In my cases,
yes.
When people got scared, and I'm still bringing, I said, don't worry. It's nice guys. They always help. They never turn you around. I mean, we got some departments around. They should change their behavior.
Sure.
But it's not North Miami Beach for sure.
Well, thank you.
You guys very friendly and very good guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Good luck with your job.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, and I hope one day we do maybe like some big meeting in the community and you
100%.
guys come over and talk to educate the kids with the drugs, like whatever the people got the issues,
Anytime you have any questions, anytime you want to do something for the community, anytime you want to do something for the kids, we're available. That's our job. Our job is to respond to the community. Our job is to make sure that people are treated fairly, that we respect our community, and that we protect our community.
Last question.
Yes, one more. Go ahead.
The police chief job, it's more political job or it's a more administrative job?
Well, so that's a really good question. I think it's a balance of everything. It has to be, you have to be political, right? And I can answer all of that in one word: be fair.
No more question.
Be fair politically and be fair to everybody else.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it.
Мы сейчас находимся в очень интересной комнате, где собирается командный состав, и здесь проходит митинг, operation meeting. What they doing usually?
So basically what they're doing right now is they are preparing to do a briefing for a special tactical operation that they'll be conducting here in about an hour or so. So they're in a special tactical unit.
Окей, что они сейчас делают? У них какая-то будет серьезная операция проходить через час-полтора. Мы не будем вдаваться в что, we don't give details, what you guys do here. Они собираются, они обсуждают, кто где будет стоять, кто где будет находиться, где их дистанции были. Короче, это просто операционная работа. Сейчас мы пойдем туда, где привозят арестованных.
But I have a question. In my understanding, in my PI job, I saw it so many times, and I was on war. When the patrol pick up somebody, they take it straight to jail. They take it to. I never think. I mean, I know in New York, the precinct got their own cells, And I would think in Miami, in the Broward County, Dade County, they take people straight to the jail and they process them there. Now, for me, it was a surprise today when you told me you got your own cells.
Yes.
And how come? I mean, what's different? Well, I mean, who you bring? Let's put it this way: when a patrol guy arrests somebody, he decides to take him to jail, take him here, or why you use a cell for what?
Okay, so in Miami-Dade County, right, we have two main processing centers that house all the inmates that are arrested in Miami-Dade County. Within Miami-Dade County, we also have about 35 individual police departments. So you can imagine, there's 35 other police departments, and then you have Miami-Dade County, the Sheriff's Department, which is the main police department. Our police department, our facility has the equipment and the facility, the housing to hold prisoners. So the reason why we bring our prisoners here first before taking them to the main facility is because we process them here first in our databases, because we have our own databases. We have local offenders, we have local people that we arrest all the time, so we take their pictures, we enter them into our system, we also do our arrest reports here, we pat them down, take any evidence that we have from them, and then once we finish our paperwork here, then we take them over to the main facility.
So it's a procedure. So anybody arrested on Miami Beach person, they go here.
Yes.
And after they go in jail.
Correct. There are exceptions for that. So if we arrest somebody on the street and they're very violent, they're aggressive, they're combative, and the supervisor at the time feels as though there's no need to bring them here, we take them straight over there. And we let the booking officers over there handle them because they're better equipped to deal with prisoners over there. We'll still be able to process them, they just get processed over there.
Okay, so can we see it? And after that, I have a few more questions for you.
Sure. And also, a lot of times, as you know, these crimes need to be investigated. So when we bring them here, they're also held here for questioning. So our detectives can then question them, interview them. Once we're done with the interviews and the questioning portion of it, then we'll go ahead and transport them.
Okay, so let me ask you a question right now. Tell me, so what's the difference between the North Miami Beach, like city police, and the Dade County, like a sheriff? They got more authority, they stay over you guys, they got more power over you, or you guys totally independent?
So Miami-Dade County Police Department, they are the police department for entire Dade County, so they have jurisdiction all over Dade County. However, the city of North Miami Beach is incorporated, so we have our own police department. So every city that's incorporated has their own municipality, their own city government, and their own police department. So that's how we enforce state, local, and federal laws just like everyone else.
Maybe let me get around the question. The sheriff, Dade County, they can come any city of Dade County to do arrest. You guys only can work in North Miami Beach. You don't have jurisdiction to go to Miami Beach.
Yes. So when we get dispatched to calls, they're calls in North Miami Beach. However, we do have what's called mutual agreements with other cities that border North Miami Beach. For example, Aventura, Sunny Isles, and North Miami. So for example, if we're chasing a car or a bad guy or anything like that, and it goes into crosses city lines, we can do that because we have what's called a mutual aid agreement signed by both cities allowing us to do that.
No, but if you change the car and you go to Broward line, can you cross the Broward line to still change the car? You have to stop it in
So we have policies and procedures that
if it's not a secret, I hope it's not the top secret you tell me.
No. It's policy. Most police departments have procedures and policies that govern police officers as to what they can and cannot do during a chase. So if it's for a murder suspect, for example, right? Normally we would stop the chase at a county line. However, we would allow that new county sheriff to take over that chase, and we would fall way back into the pack. So we still can participate. We're just now not the lead anymore. We fall to the back, and we'll let the new jurisdiction come in and get it.
Что он говорит, что если они гоняются за каким-то преступником, то в Майами, Дейд Каунти, они могут поехать в любой город и продолжать бежать за ним, его преследовать. Если они приезжают в Брауард Каунти линии, они передают это той полиции того города, который находится в Брауард Каунти. Они могут дальше продолжать тоже преследовать, но они не будут лидерами этого преследования. Они будут просто преследовать за теми полицейскими, которые в этом городе. I have a question for you. It's a very interesting question. Like, for example, you traveling to Broward County and you see North Miami Beach police officer go home or border patrol car, and then the North Miami Beach officer see you like a very bad driver. You do something stupid, like maybe cross the lines, cut somebody, like do some stupid stuff. Did he have a right to pull you over?
So you're asking if a North Miami Beach police officer is going home, and let's say they live in Broward County, out of the jurisdiction, does the police officer have a right to pull you over? Okay. The answer to that is, the textbook answer is no. However, if the officer feels you're committing a felony or you're endangering public life, then yes, the officer can take action. As a matter of fact, the officer is obligated to take action at that point.
And call locals right away, right?
Correct.
He cannot arrest you. He can pull you over and hold it until local come over, right?
Correct. Yes. Right. However, when the local gets there, okay, The officer who witnessed it is the eyewitness to it. So the local will make the arrest based on the statement of the officer who observed the crime being committed.
So did the local one, they will be not happy, or they will be happy that you guys did it and not somebody else did and put this dangerous person on the street, right?
No, they'll be happy. I mean, you know, police work is police work. Whether we called it in or saw it, somebody was going to call it in. So it's usually better when a police officer takes action, because a lot of times the information is more accurate from the officer. They know how to speak to other officers, and it just gets relayed better. So it's not an issue. It's not a problem.
Okay, one more question. It was very interesting. I remember back in the 80s, back in 90, there was a story somewhere in Hollywood that the police officer lived in a building. It's like a rental place. And there was some crime there, so the neighbors ran to his door, knocked on the door, said, "We need your help." And then the police officer, but he said, "I'm sorry, I'm not working in the city. I'm from another city." He didn't do anything. And I heard, maybe it's not true, it's like a gossip. After this, they changed the law, and if you're a police officer off duty, on duty, if you stay home, if you don't work in this area, if any crime come, you still be a police officer, right?
Yes, you, in general, as a police officer, you have a duty to act, okay? You have to be mindful of what type of action you take while you're off duty. For example, if you live in a community and your neighbors are having a disturbance, right? You come and you knock on my door, you're my neighbor, you knock on my door and say, "Hey, I'm having a problem with my neighbor, his dog keeps using the bathroom in my yard." Situations like that, I'm not going to get involved. I will give you advice to contact your local authorities to go ahead and intervene. Now, if you come and knock on my door and say your neighbor just got stabbed, okay,
and somebody
starts to stab you,
yeah,
then that's different, okay? Remove the fact that that I'm a police officer. You as a U.S. citizen have a right to defend yourself, period. And that's what people have to realize. Okay, you can stand your ground. You have a right. You don't have to retreat if you're being faced with danger. You have a right to defend yourself. You have a duty to retreat when it's feasible to do so. Okay, so we have to get out of the mentality that people are scared to act and do things. You have a right to defend yourself. You have a right to carry a firearm.
Last question is, so we go to Zelle. When you're off duty, by the law, do you have to keep your gun or no?
By the law, do you have to keep your gun? No, you do not.
You do not, right?
No, but the guns that you do keep, you have to qualify with the department.
Even off duty,
Yes.
with your weapon consent?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so let's go see the cell.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Wow, it's a real jail, yeah?
Yeah. So we have 4 holding cells. This room here, so you know, this is our DUI room. Okay, anybody that comes in here that's a DUI or suspected of DUI, they come in here and we run the test in here, the breathalyzer and everything. This is the area we go.
Когда людей привозят пьяными за рулем или с наркотиками и приводят в эту комнату, здесь им проводят тесты. Это комната специально для тех людей, которые имеют DUI. Это driving under influence.
Right.
Okay.
And so these are our holding cells in here.
Do you have anybody today?
No, we don't have anybody today.
Good.
So
We don't want to see any criminals today.
Yeah,
So they got even a restroom here. Oh, nice.
we have each bathroom has a restroom. This one's for a handicap, so it's a little bit larger. Sorry about that.
Oh, it looks like a kind of Okay. I'm stuck. You know what? I'm telling you, feelings is different feelings right away.
Yes.
As soon as, как только дверь за вами закрывается, и ты даже знаешь, что ты здесь в гостях, ощущение страшное. See, when the guest here, when the door locked behind you, the feelings like, really, it's not pleasant feelings.
No, it's not.
Okay, so, and you got cameras all
We got
around.
cameras. So over here, what we were talking about earlier as to why do we bring our prisoners here. So part of the process here is we take their photographs here. We book them in. We have a computer there, right here, where we take all their information and we load them into our system. Okay, because there's national databases and then there's local databases.
And the maximum, how long you keep them here, maximum?
Okay, so our policy says 6 hours.
You have to feed them? In 6 hours?
Yes, after 6 hours we have to feed them. Okay.
And how you feed them? You buy them for
We'll buy them food, yeah, we'll buy them food, we'll get receipts. We sign in our prisoners. Per our policy, we have to sign them in and sign them out.
How the T-bone steaks,
No T-bone steaks. You know, you're lucky if you get Burger King. No, I'm kidding. No, they get a full meal. They get a full meal. We always ask them what they want to eat and we'll get a full meal. And the reason for that is because sometimes interviews take a long time. You know, it's not always cut and dry. Sometimes it's
No, like for example, I see the restroom, if you go to the restroom, it's no privacy.
Well, see,
How the yes,
so
the
there-
privacy.
yeah. So this one is because it's all the way at the end. So that nobody should be coming over here. So you know what I mean? So this person, usually, we only put people here that are handicapped. That's why it's larger and you have the bars there or whatnot. So nobody should be passing this way anyway, so they want to use the bathroom. And this is an interview room here to your left that we use as well.
Nice. And you have his supposed security personnel, right? So it's a special officer assigned.
No, the officer that makes the arrest comes in here, they put the prisoner inside, and the officer sits here and they do all their paperwork. And then when it's time to,
Oh, this is go to patrol car, right?
this is the sally port, yeah, the officers drive in there, the doors close and they come in. It's a control area.
And when an officer brings somebody, he go for another assistant because he don't want to be by himself, right? So
Well, usually, yeah, if the person, the arrestee is violent, they usually have two people, but not all the time.
полицейские приезжают отсюда, они заходят, заводят сюда заключенных, и потом уже вот эта вот тюремная камера, по которой они их разводят. Can you show this one? I think it's very cool. Теперь она будет по-другому выглядеть, и она будет черная на белом. Вот, ну очень красиво. Мы сейчас сядем в полицейскую машину и поедем, проедемся по городу, и также мы посмотрим сварить машину. После этого поднимемся наверх в лабораторию, где проводятся всякие анализы. Это crime scene. И на сегодняшний видео будет закончено. Thank you, guys.
All right, so this is our incident command vehicle. Okay, so what it is basically we deploy this vehicle when we have high profile scenes where hostages, homicides, very violent scenes where the detectives or an officer is going to be there for a long time. So what we do is we bring this vehicle out. This vehicle is equipped with CCTV, with cameras, with a conference room. Makes it very comfortable for the detectives to do their work in there, interview witnesses, interview victims. It's kind of like a mobile command center, is what it is. No kitchen. It has a refrigerator. I think it has a sink. It has telephones. It's a pretty much a mobile conference center.
And
it's very useful.
How often do you use this car?
We use it for many community events as well. We can use it on average about, I don't know, 20 or 30 times a year easily.
Это машина командного поста, когда какие-то проходят серьезные преступления, такие как берут заложники, какие-то убийства, что-то еще, где детективы будут очень долго проводить время на улице. И в этой машине находится командный пост, там есть конференц-комната, там есть специальные телевизоры, они могут делать наблюдения. Эта машина очень часто выезжает на вот такие очень тяжелые профайл-кейсы. Good night. So let's drive. Can I drive?
No.
I'm just enough. It never hurt to ask, right?
You could ask, yeah.
It's what kind? What's a Ford?
This is a Ford Explorer. It's an Interceptor package. Ford makes a package called the Interceptor, which is specifically designed for law enforcement. So a regular citizen cannot go and buy this type of car. What comes in the Interceptor package is usually a high performance engine, better shocks, better stability, more lowered to the ground. It's rated for pursuit driving, so it doesn't flip over. Usually has a bigger battery and stuff like that. That's the difference in the package.
So
better braking, stuff like that.
So we're going right now around the city, so if we see any criminals, we can arrest them or pull them over? Or...
We could. But, you know, part of policing, and I'm glad you brought that up, is to educate the public. Okay, it's not all about giving tickets and giving fines. It's more about educating, because we want people to, a lot of people here from other countries, and they don't understand our laws, and they don't understand certain things. Some of them don't even speak English. Don't even know what speed limit 30 means.
You don't know. So now, do you have any cameras inside to watch a police officer doing the work or no?
No. We have a computer here, so the supervisor knows where all his officers are at all times. They knows what call he's on or she's on. So he or she can keep track of the officers through here.
Can you explain me what's happening today here in North Miami Beach?
So today they have a food drive. As you know, because of COVID and the pandemic, it's been very stressful. Some families have lost their jobs or whatnot. It's been very hard for them to provide for their families. So the city of North Miami Beach and its officers hold monthly, sometimes weekly food drives for citizens to come. They can get in line and receive free
Can we
food.
go there quickly, just see around?
Yeah, in a minute, because there's a huge line. So what we'll do is we'll walk over there and I'll show you exactly how it works. So the city is comprised of 6 zones. Okay, the city's broken up into 6 sectors.
Город разделен на 6 секторов.
Yeah, and we roughly have over 40,000 residents that reside here in North Miami Beach.
40,000 people who live here.
Yes.
Это 40 тысяч людей живет в North Miami Beach. I couldn't say it's a lot of big population. I mean,
Right, but you have to. What makes North Miami Beach different and unique is the fact that there's 40,000 people, but there's 40,000 people crammed into 5 square miles.
okay, so it's a big area, right? So,
It's not that big of an area, but you have a lot of people. And what makes this city so busy is the fact that we have one of the biggest thoroughfares that go across North Miami Beach, which is 163rd Street, which leads straight to the beach. So everybody gets off the expressway to go to the beach, and they have to go through North Miami Beach. So you have a lot of traffic here, and a lot of times those traffic create problems for us here.
okay, so they close the streets so that people can go get online and get the food, huh?
Right. So all these people here are lining up to receive food. The entrance is here, and this line goes all the way down, blocks and blocks down to get there. So
Из-за ковида City of North Miami Beach дает еду людям, у которых нет еды. И вот устраиваются такие очереди, и, видите, полиция все перекрывает, люди приезжают туда, и они едут туда за едой, и им дают просто бесплатную еду, чтобы люди могли просто выжить и могли накормить свои семьи.
Yeah, so everyone lines up here to get their food. Our chief of police is there, participating in this food drive. You can see we do this event every Friday. The mayor and the commission.
No, but you need to be a resident of North Miami Beach, or you can come from another city.
It's open to everybody. It's mainly for the residents, but they don't ask for you for ID or anything, so you can come.
Ты можешь, это для жителей North Miami Beach дают еду, но ты можешь любой человек приехать, если у него семья, ему нечего кушать, и они раз в неделю приезжают и могут забрать еду, и никто их даже не спросит, ни иммиграционный статус, ни откуда он, ни что, ни как он, и семья получит еду. Это очень важно, это вот этим Америка держится на своих устоях, то, что государство думает о своих людях, о своих жителях, потому что все прекрасно понимают, что во время ковида люди потеряли работу, люди потеряли зарплату, им надо как-то выживать. So, I mean, it's very interesting because when you're from this side of the world, you know.
Show me a route to.
So this right here is basically the trucks that people use, like for the military. The mine it's MRAP, but it stands for Mine Resistant Armor Protected Vehicle. So like anytime we have like we've used it for actually multiple different purposes, but where we use it mostly is like very high liability call outs, where there's a possibility, you know, of shots, of shootings or anything like that. Yeah. So that this right here, we'll park it in an area where we can protect other people on the other side. You know what I mean? So we'll use it to block out.
How many people can fit inside?
Comfortably, you can fit 8 in the back and 2 in the front. I'll open it up for you. You can see the inside.
With winches and all that, so if we have to attach this to a fence or a structure, we can pull it out.
You can pull the house.
We can ram a structure if we have to. We've also used it for other rescue missions. We had a hurricane a while back where there was severe flooding in neighborhoods. We actually took this into the neighborhood and rescued people out, small children, families, and we were able to rescue them.
And this car can drive on the water.
This is the only thing that can get in there, this type of vehicle. So it has a multi-purpose use vehicle.
Yeah.
The whole police department?
Not all police departments, but your more progressive agencies that have SWAT teams, they do have. This is a necessity.
Yeah, no, definitely a necessity. It's something good to have for sure.
Wow.
For sure.
As you can see, we're always ready now. We're in the deploy up there.
Now I can see it.
Yeah.
This used to be a turret right there, but we have no use for that really. So that area that was removed and that was sealed. But what would have happened is before there was an opening right there.
So you can put a machine gun? Or?
Yeah, and you can lift right here. And you can lift this up and people can sit on it. So that used to be another seat, but we really don't have any use for that.
You got an AC.
Oh yeah, it has AC. Absolutely.
Where you get this from? Them built for North Miami Beach or it's for military?
It's a surplus military equipment that they do a bid for it, and they offer it to law enforcement agencies, and then you just buy it.
This right here is like a footrest,
So you can sleep.
so you can at least relax your feet a little bit.
So this particular vehicle is equipped to deploy 10 officers at a moment's notice during a crisis. They get deployed within minutes. So, and it's, as you can see, it's heavily armored, and we use it for special situations.
So if you see the bottom of this, so the whole purpose of this was for obviously for the people overseas in the military. If you look at the way that it's built like a V in the bottom, and the purpose of that is if they run over a mine or any explosives, it explodes outward rather than upward. So if it runs over an explosive, it's gonna blow up the bottom. The tire's gonna fly out and stuff like that. But for the most part, the people inside, there's a less of a chance that they're gonna get hurt because all the explosion is gonna go outward rather than upward or underneath. So that's kind of why they designed the body kind of the way that it did.
That's nice. Okay, it's time. Let's go. So thank you very much. We have asked you a question. Where are you from?
My family's from Central America. My mom's from Nicaragua. My father's from El Salvador. So.
But you grew up in the United States. You're born here, right?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Miami, Florida.
So it's a example how it's a called American dream. It's example for all us. Like our parents came to the United States and we all prepare our dreams. So thank you, I appreciate it.
No, absolutely.
Thank you. Окей, что я узнал про эту машину интересно. Это военная машина. Она пуленепробиваемая, у нее дно сделано вот так вот, чтобы если они наехали в милитари на мину и произошел взрыв, и даже если оторвет колеса и все разорвется, то люди внутри вот как в капсуле, и они останутся живы. Она может в одну минуту, за один выезд выводить 6 офицеров полиции на какие-то специальные задания. Это может быть даже ураган, когда может быть какие-то волнения, где-то машины не могут пройти, наводнение эта машина может пройти. А раньше, когда она была в милитари, там еще на крыше стоял, место было для пулемета. Но они убрали, потому что в полицейской жизни пулемет не нужен, к счастью. Ну, очень интересная машина, очень мощная. Я надеюсь, что I hope you will guys use this car less and less in your life, you know. So
We do too.
let's stay at peace.
Yep.
Thank you. Santo Sergeant, you on a SWAT team, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're a breacher.
Yes, sir.
Сержант, он находится в спецназе, North Miami Beach Police Department, и его работа входить, ломать двери, входить. Он у нас сила. Okay, so let's tell us about this.
So the special response team is basically the elite unit of our department. We get called out when situations get to a point where a regular police officer can no longer handle it.
Это элитное подразделение North Miami Beach Police Department, и их вызывают тогда, когда уже простые полицейские не могут уже, для них очень большая опасность, они не могут справиться с какой-то ситуацией.
So as part of some of our requirements to be in the SWAT team, we have to train on a monthly basis to make sure that we're keeping up with our training and to maintain the standards.
Чтобы быть в SWAT-тиме, они должны по закону, они должны очень часто тренироваться, целый месяц, у них постоянно проходят тренировки, чтобы быть вот этими мемберами вот этого спецназа, потому что это считается элитным подразделением. Did you get paid more for this job?
Yeah, a little bit more, but a lot of people don't do it for the money. They do it more for the specialized training that we receive.
Многие даже делают это не за денег, а потому что тот тренинг, который у них проходит, специальный тренинг, который простые полицейские не получают.
So some of the training that we do is like firearms training, and then we do a specialized training to deal with certain situations that we may encounter.
И очень много тренировок у них с оружием, и очень много тренировок у них на разные ситуации. Мне сейчас просто интересно, какие ситуации вообще не попадают. So what kind of types of situations the SWAT team dealing with? Because movie is one story. I know, I figure out the movie is totally different.
No, yeah, the movies are exaggerated for sure. Some of the stuff that we deal with is like hostage situation where somebody can lock themselves in a certain location with innocent people and hold them for either ransom or for whatever it is that they may request.
Часто бывает ситуация, когда берут заложники, они имеют дела с заложниками. Okay.
Another kind of situation we do is a barricade. Usually, if you have like probable cause to arrest somebody, and you go to pick them up or you make an arrest, and they go and they barricade themselves in any in a building or in a house, whatever it may be. So they lock themselves and they refuse to come out. That we're the ones.
Когда идет, у них есть warrant на арест какого-то человека, они приходят его арестовать, а он баррикадируется в доме. And by the way, all news channels on the show was on the Russian Federation 2 days ago. The police come with a search warrant on the guy who dealing with the guns. He lived in a big expensive house, and he didn't want to open it. He was like a gun baron, you know, and he was a 10-hour standoff. It was all on the news. He threw the grenades to the police. So basically, end of the story, the police need to use a, how you call this, when you put it on the shoulder? Bazooka. And they use a little bazooka to blow his house away. They couldn't get inside.
Oh, wow.
So it's a similar situation, basically.
Yeah,
you know, the people barricade. So what else?
No, so anything involving like dangerous felons, dangerous people, that there's a possibility, the likelihood that somebody can get hurt or will be called out for those kind of situations, for arrest or search warrants.
Who decide to send you out? Team?
So we have the way that it works is we have our team leader, we have a commander, and then we have our major. So the information is channeled that way. Normally, when we're gonna do a call out, the first person that finds out about the call out will probably be the team leader, and then the information gets channeled up, and then it gets channeled right back down.
Major, may I ask you a question? Who make the last decision? Your chief.
So usually it's the chief of police has the final say on all operations, from different types of scales of operations, whether it's serving a warrant, a no-knock warrant, a knock and announce warrant, a hostage situation, or a barricade assessment.
But you can make decisions without the chief too, right? You have some right to make a decision, or you have to go to
No,
chief.
it is always ultimately the chief of police is responsible for all the actions of the police officer. So if we make the recommendation to the chief, we explain the situation, and he trusts us that the information we're giving him is factual.
So like somebody call right now some situation, he need to just jump in the car and go. Who will make the decision right now? You will make it. You need to call the chief anyway.
Well, right, if something happens, right now he's the road patrol sergeant, right? So he's the sergeant on duty right now for the road patrol. But he's also, like I spoke to you earlier, our officers wear many hats. He's also part of the special response team. So, and he's also one of the leaders on the response team. So right now, they're getting a call, a priority call right now. So if he responds to that call, it's at a bank. So if he responds to a call and that turns into a hostage situation, remember, it takes time to mobilize this special response team. So while that team is mobilizing, notifications are being made and going up. So it could take some time, but at the end, decisions are usually made right away. So it will take a matter of 10 minutes or maybe less before a decision is approved to go ahead and deploy.
In which situation you guys call local department asking for help?
It depends on the
It's happening like this or no?
Sometimes it depends on the situation, yes, depending on the scale of the situation. A lot of times we'll use them for help us with traffic, or if we have a very serious situation occurring in the city, in our city, we'll call our neighboring agencies like Aventura, North Miami, Sonials, even the county, to help us handle our calls for service here while we deal with the situation over here.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, but I have more questions, guys. Thank you, appreciate it. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Сейчас мы идем в лабораторию, crime scene laboratory. Can you explain me what they do there? They, like in a movie, they like some homicides, or they do fingerprints.
Yeah.
They do database. They check the DNA. What are they doing?
Yeah. So basically, like I told you earlier, our police department is self-sufficient in everything. We have our own SWAT team, our own canine, our own divers, our own marine patrol, our own SWAT vehicles, our own homicide. We handle our own homicides. We have our own crime scene. We have our own holding cells. So part of the crime scene is they go out and investigate. You know, they collect evidence. They take photographs, and when they collect that evidence, they bring it here. They have a lab here that they can process fingerprints, collect DNA. They have special tools that they use to collect fingerprints off of certain surfaces and stuff like that. Certain glues that they use, and this is their offices here. I'll show you.
So basically, they can catch the killers.
They catch our killers for us. They catch our criminals for us. Yes, they do. So in here is our crime scene office. We have 3 crime scene techs right now.
And they're law enforcement too, or no?
No, they're not law enforcement. They're
So they don't
civilians.
carry gun?
No, they do not.
Okay.
Some agencies have sworn crime scene techs that they are police officers, but they transfer over to be crime scene, so they do both.
Мы туда не можем зайти, потому что там реально лаборатория, и там есть вещи, которые эту дверь открывать нельзя, потому что если что-то нарушится, то могут потеряться какие-то из кейсов, и они будут не сделаны. What I say, if we go there, if we can miss something, or something don't be in the right position, and it can kill the case.
Correct.
So that's why behind the door, even nobody got access there.
No, only very limited people have access there. It's mainly for crime scene, and that's to preserve the chain of custody of the evidence. Back here is where the lab is, so they do have a lot of special equipment, liquids, and stuff that they use to extract evidence from guns, any type of different surfaces.
Because
stuff
like
like
if
that.
somebody found tomorrow and go there, they can challenge the cases right away.
Of course, yeah, it'll be thrown out.
So, если завтра кто-то, допустим, бы знал, что я туда пошел, то какой-нибудь адвокат, кто-то потом мог бы поспорить по делам каким-то. So it's nobody can go there. And nobody can go to this door, but you know.
Everything is a very secure building. We have very high standards. We're actually an accredited police department. We're one
Let's
of
go
the,
back to your office. Let's
Okay.
finish there and we can run. So, Mayor, I appreciated that you spent some time on me. We spent all day today. I think it'll take like an hour and two. It's already like 4 hours of your important life. I want to thank you, your cameraman, because first time I didn't use my video.
Yeah.
You're the professional guy from your department, and thank you very much. Appreciate it for your help. And I think you will do the best video. And I think we decided, мы решили в этот раз не просто использовать iPhone, а использовать профессионального человека, который профессионально работает на камере и делает это видео профессионально. Я подумал, что это будет лучше выглядеть, чем я буду ходить с айфоном по полицейскому департаменту, снимать, некрасиво это будет. I hope this video will educate our community. The 80% of the people who are watching me, they live in the United States. The 20%, they're out of the country, but they're planning to emigrate to the United States. So they won't know either what it's about, okay? So, what I can tell you, good luck with your job.
Thank you.
Good luck with your promotion.
Thank you.
And I hope we will be in touch and we will work together. And I want to appreciate that you guys help me with my high-profile cases. And I want to tell it, I mean, it's on video to let everybody know everything, we always do everything legal. No favors, no friendship. You need to understand everybody, no friendship on the police. If my clients got some issue, I bring them, they go to the system, they go to the police officer, they make the report, you know, everything. But you never turn people around. It's good for the community.
Absolutely.
So, thank you, appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much. I hope your viewers gain a lot of information from the video that they're going to see. We're an open book here in the police department. We're very transparent. We encourage the community to come out. We're more than happy to answer questions for them. We encourage your viewers to follow our police department on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We also have our own YouTube page.
We've got the links. We'll
Put all the links on there. So, you know, like I said, you know, it's a partnership that we build with the community. When we get dispatched to a call, we don't get dispatched to a call with the race, the gender, the ethnicity, nationality. We don't care. We go, we respond to help people, period. And that's our mission, that's our goal.
People,
That's it.
You're completely right.
So,
Okay, thank you very much.
okay, thank you.